Pick profits, week number 10 of the NFL season. I'm your host, Akil Williams, joined by my brother, my guy, my co-host, Brandon Theo Dorsey, host of the radio show, Theoretically Speaking. Catch Pick Profits on any audio platform, Spotify, iTunes, and also on YouTube as well. Our social media handles will be in the link down below. Man, last week, week 9, was pretty damn interesting. I feel like definitely probably the worst week that we collectively had of the season. But, you know, we bounced back.
It was a bloodbath, but hey, both of us still have our heads above water for the season. We're entering week 10 above 500, and that's better than most people can say when you're betting the NFL, especially when you ain't going with none of those Mickey Mouse picks. We're talking about overs and unders and right against the spread. So 6 games every week, pick profits. We still doing the damn thing, and I think we bounced back this week, man. I'm feeling good about it.
We bounced back. We've been looking at this slate real heavy, and I like this slate. It's going to be interesting. But before we get to that slate, I want to talk about last night's game, Denver and the Raiders. And 10-7, it was a, divisional game Thursday night, but I can definitely say, I can probably speak for everyone. That was the worst Thursday night football game of the entire season.
Easily. You know what's funny about that, too? Remember when Thursday night football games were all bad? Like, I have to give the NFL credit that it took until week 10 for us to complain, like, in a very demonstrative way, uniformly about a Thursday night football game, because a 10-7 win by the Broncos that felt like a loss by both sides, that's a far cry from when I'll still never forget. I believe it was a Russell Wilson Thursday night football game from a few years ago when he was with the Broncos. That was an absolute atrocity. So Thank God it's the one Thursday night football stinker of the year, and hopefully they don't have any repeats going forward.
Right. And I could see if it was like 10-7 because it was like a defensive heavyweight matchup, like they was playing chess, but it was the fact that it was sloppy, messed up punts, bad field goals. Jesus Christ, fantasy was I had Brock Bowers, only gave me 4 points.
Tough.
Cortland Sutton, dude.
6 points.
6. J.K. Dobbins, 9. Like, oh my God.
RJ Harvey was a no-show.
Harvey was a no. It was like both teams did not prepare. And I guess that's what comes with fatigue in the season. Like, that's what it seems like.
Yeah. You have fatigue. It's a short week. You have a divisional matchup. You have a bad Broncos offense. You have an elite Broncos defense. And you have a scrappy Raiders team. What pissed me off was that there were also a couple of big plays that got called back. Like, remember the big Genty run in the first half that really I think if that run stands, the Raiders get points out of that drive, and we're talking about a whole different result. And that gets called back for a holding on Jack Besh that didn't even need to happen. He was like on the opposite side of the play. So it was we could have all benefited from spending time with our family on Thursday night and not excusing ourselves to watch Prime Video.
The only positive from that game for me was that my ticket cash of the Raiders covering, I saw they was 9.5 dogs.
Yeah.
But I moved it up to the 11.5 just to be safe. And that was like the highlight. But I combined that with college basketball and college football. And NBA looked good because the Suns won. They was on my ticket. But, dog, I know this is football, but I have to tell this story. North Florida is playing Florida, right? Mm-hmm. Big spread, college basketball, whatever. The over-under was 168.5. Everything is looking good. They put the backups in because they're blowing out North Florida. 104-64 was the final score. Florida was at the free throw line. I'm thinking, okay, it's finna go up. It's finna hit the over. He misses both free throws to make it hit the over. Oh, my God.
He only needed one?
Only needed one free throw, one bucket. And then tell me why Florida's playing hard defense on the other end when it's 30 seconds left against North Florida. Let these motherfuckers score, man, please.
You know why? I don't think I need to tell you. You know why?
We know. Dog, I was so
Pablo Torre, make that call.
Make the call. Yo, that lost my I had a I had like a 10 game. I'll be taking sometimes a little risk 10-game parlay.
Yeah, you're a wild boy.
I went 8-2. The only 2 games was that over and under, and then also Texas TSU, my alum, my university.
Oh, you went with the heart.
They didn't cover the 30.5 against Texas A&M. So
never go with the heart, Akil. You should know this as an Eagles fan this year. They burned you like 8 times.
Look, I would shout out to the app that I use to do these big parlays, but we're not sponsored by them yet. But if we do, I'll tell you what I use off air.
Yeah, tell them hit our line. Let's speaking of, as we do these bets so wisely, pick profits. Let's kick things off after a Thursday night football stinker with a Sunday morning football game out of Brazil. Or is this Berlin?
This is Berlin.
Berlin.
I could be wrong, I think, but it is Berlin.
Yeah.
But Falcons and the Colts is -6.5. The over-under is 48.5. The time of kickoff is 9:30 a.m. This is probably going to be the best, to me, overseas game that we have of the season. This game with the Colts coming off a loss to Pittsburgh, and the Falcons losing by 1 to the Patriots. Yeah. So with the Colts being at -6.5 is not a bad number, especially they get Sauce Gardner now. And this can uplift that team big time.
Yeah.
And I know this spread seems a little big on overseas, but I'm going to roll with the Colts -6.5. I think we talked about this. We seen with Michael Parsons when he got to the Packers, it just uplifted that whole team, and they just went crazy week 1 against Detroit, right? So with this matchup here against the Falcons, I think now the Colts, and now Sauce is in a win. He's like, this is gonna be his first time in a winning environment since college.
Right. And he's excited. He said he was doing laps around the house when he got the call.
Clear concussion protocol. He's clear to play. He's playing Sunday. Now he's gonna be on Drake London. I'm telling you, I think this game could be a little close in the beginning, but I think Colts pull it out and cover the 6.5 and give me the Colts.
Yeah, I'm with you on the 6.5. I'm with you on the Colts. The issue here is literally Sauce Gardner, and I don't want to be overreactive to the trade deadline because that's what suckers do. But I am a realist, and I know that Drake London is the only thing that efficiently and effectively works day in and day out for this offense. When he's clicking, it's good. When he's not, it's one-dimensional. And the issue, even with you got one of the best weapons in the league and Bijan Robinson in the backfield, but their run blocking is so shoddy that they can't rely on him in the run game. Sometimes they have to get him touches through screens and just kind of Mickey Mouse type behind the line of scrimmage stuff. Just get the ball in Bijan's hands. I think the Colts fly to the ball well as well on defense. I think people are going to overreact to the Colts losing to the Steelers and the Falcons playing the Patriots close. The Patriots aren't that good of a team. I've seen the Falcons get blown out multiple times this year by the Dolphins and the Panthers. And if you're telling me that the Colts in a get-back game have an opportunity to get right, and the only thing in their way is the Atlanta Falcons, I see them getting right in a big way. And I think by the time a lot of people wake up on Sunday morning after a late Saturday night, vibing, kicking it, I think this one's going to already be over with, man. By halftime, the Colts will have this thing wrapped up.
Yeah, give me the Colts. And
both on the Colts.
Yeah, I think the positive is going to be 2 things. Well, you want to see Sauce on the Colts, and then also if you got Bijan and Jonathan Taylor on fantasy, this is a fantasy matchup for both running backs. But I'm gonna take the Colts right here -6.5 overseas.
I would fade Drake London on any kind of DFS, and I would also, if you have better options. I mean, it's hard to have better options in fantasy football. Maybe it's a dynasty league. If you have better options, I would probably bench Drake London because he might get peppered with targets, but Sauce is likely going to shadow him. And that Colts defense is already pretty good, and they're only getting better. So just word to the wise.
Yeah, I'm going to roll with the Colts. But we can roll with that next game because this one's a little bit too nice with this line. Baltimore's on the road to Minnesota. Vikings are 4.5 dogs at home. Over under 48.5. Kickoff is at 1. Man, look, I told you before, Baltimore, when Lamar gets back, when he came back, I said they're going to start rolling. This line is too close. And look, and it probably is more likely going to stay. It might go to 5 by kickoff. Man, I am hammering Baltimore -4.5.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me J.J. McCarthy can go on a duel with Lamar Jackson? And I get it, Brian Flores defense. I get it. I understand. But damn it, I believe that Baltimore is about to start this run, and they need this run. They need it.
It
And
feels
I
like
understand it's tough to play in Minnesota. When the last time we seen Lamar Jackson in Minnesota? It's been probably 4 years ago, maybe.
yeah.
It's been a minute, right?
It's inside though.
It's inside. And look here, I think this is the start of something with Baltimore and that momentum. I am hammering Baltimore -4.5.
They've been playing Kyle Hamilton in the slot more, which has helped their defense. Baltimore and the Ravens also obviously get a lot better when Patrick Ricard gets back in the offense at fullback to move guys around. And of course, the two-time MVP Lamar Jackson. I know the Ravens are going to win this game. I don't know that they do it by more than a field goal, only because I'm anxious about the Ravens defense still, especially against Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, TJ Hockenson. I mean, when healthy, that unit right there can be absolutely demonstrative. And we saw that against the Lions. I think the more favorable play for me in this one is just to go with the over. I think these are two really good offenses. I don't believe in J.J. McCarthy, but I do think that Kevin O'Connell can scheme things up enough to get the Vikings to 20, 24 points against this Ravens defense. That's opportunistic, but not necessarily a brick wall. And then give me the Ravens on the other side to probably get at least about a 30 ball. Like Lamar is about to go on a tear. I think he's going to creep back into the MVP race. The Ravens, I see a lot of good games left on their schedule, but nothing that threatens me so much to not think that they can come close to running the table here on the back end. But for this one, I like fireworks. I like a great fantasy football game. I'd be starting Zay Flowers. I'd be starting Derrick Henry. I'd be starting all of the Vikings pass catchers, sans Hockenson, obviously, because hit or miss there. And just give me the over. Give me the over in this one.
Okay, so you got the over. I'm gonna go. I believe in Baltimore on this one, taking the -4.5. And there's another good matchup right here between two young quarterbacks. Giants on the road against Chicago. Chicago's 3.5 favorites at home. Over under 47.5. Kickoff is at 1. This might seem like a little blah game, but in reality, I think, man, this thing can go over all day long. This is a game for me personally that we just seen Chicago go in a slugfest again, in a shootout against Cincinnati and put up 47 points themselves.
Yeah.
I think with both teams and both offenses, I think this is going to be another high-scoring game that Chicago's going to be in. Give me the over on this one. They saying that there's a chance that it can be the weather could be a little bad.
It's the only thing in Chicago, yeah.
It's Chicago, so I think they saying that it could be bad. So I'm going to have to. I still think even then, with these two offenses, I'm gonna roll with the over 47.5.
I like the over as well. I think I'm going to end up going with the Bears -3.5. A lot of it has to do with they've refound an identity in the run game, and people are looking at it thinking it's all about Kyle Monangai, the 7th round pick running back out of Rutgers, who is really good and explosive, and he attacks like he initiates the contact, which you like to see. So again, if you're in any kind of fantasy football league and he somehow, some way is still available, scoop him up. I know you and I did in our leagues over the past couple of weeks, and we're benefiting from it. I think the key contributor here for the Bears, though, is going to be Colston Loveland, who has seen his role improve week after week after week. He's a great pass catcher, but the reason why he was the number 10 overall pick and the Bears picked him over Tyler Warren is they love what he does in the run game, and they love him as a blocker as well. And he's opened up a lot of these things that have been working for them in the run game over the past few weeks. Don't forget, before Monangai went off, DeAndre Swift had that breakout game a few weeks ago as well. All of that lines up with Colston Loveland getting more snaps in Ben Johnson's offense. I look for him to continue to produce, maybe not at the level in the Bengals game, but definitely as a startable tight end in fantasy football. But then I also think the Giants have been giving up, I believe, 5.5 yards per carry. As good as that defensive front is at rushing the passer, they've been terrible at stopping the run. I think the Bears can control this game. I think the Bears will get out ahead early and be able to kind of milk it. And I still am not a believer in Jackson Dart's arm. So if the Giants get down in the first half, I think he has a propensity to probably throw the game away or just be errant on throws to where they're not able to move the ball. And the Bears will be able to take advantage of this one. This has major blowout potential. I'm surprised the line's just 3.5.
Yeah, I think there's a slight change. Might have changed my mind. I think I might have changed my mind. Wait, you right. I think I might have changed my mind and go with Chicago minus 3.5 now. I think you're right. The momentum,
but you're also just counting on the Giants offense to work, and it's so hit or miss, dog. It's so hit or miss.
Yeah. I think I'm wrong with you on this one. I think minus 3.5 Chicago makes way more sense than taking the over, especially if the weather's bad.
If the weather's bad, and we saw a bad weather game with Chicago, I think, against the Saints a couple of weeks ago, and it really impacts both sides of the ball, but especially the visiting team that maybe not as used to it. So, I like those picks there. I like the Bears too to have a good back end of the season here, man. I really do like Loveland. People were giving him a lot of hell because Tyler Warren was producing. I think all of that dissipates over the next few weeks when people see what he can actually be.
And I think Cole Kmet was in the way too. So
he was. Yeah. Rightfully so. He's a vet. They just paid him.
He's a vet. This might be his last year, so next year and beyond, be coaching Loveland. This is gonna be an interesting game right here. This is probably my favorite 12:00 game. Patriots is on the road to Tampa. Tampa's minus 2.5 favorites at home. Another 48.5 over under. Kickoff is at 1. Tampa's coming off a bye. Patriots coming off a loss. Man, this game here is going to be good. I know you said New England's not that good, but man, they've been playing some ball. Like Drake May is playing like he might be an all-pro this year. That's how good he's playing. Off of bye, you got Bucky Irvin. Might more than likely he's not playing. Man, this game is so interesting. This game is so interesting because the over-under to me is a little scary. Because I won't be shocked if it goes under, especially with Tampa off a bye.
Yeah. Kayshon Boutte also for the Patriots, who's been a big part of that offense. He's suffering with a hamstring injury. So I think he's doubtful right now, still questionable, doubtful, kind of on the periphery. We'll see what happens on Sunday morning.
No Ramondre.
It's the Brady Bowl, no Ramondre, and the Patriots have been going to everybody and their mama in that backfield, including Travion Henderson.
Give me Tampa. Give me Tampa 2.5.
Tampa 2.5 just feels good. Tampa, I mean, the public is going to be so heavily on the Patriots in this one because everybody's gassed up on Drake May and Mike Vrabel and the new era Brady 2.0. I think the Patriots are closer to being. I'm trying to think of a good NFL comp from years past where they did like stacking up a lot of wins, but it's a little fugazi. Is the Vikings too harsh? Remember when the Vikings, like a couple of years ago, won 12 games with Kirk Cousins and had a negative point differential, something like that?
What makes you think they bad? They beat Buffalo this year.
They have one good win, and I think they have they've had an easier track than most people are giving credit in the other side for. I think Drake May has a lot of tools, and he's flashy, and it looks good. I just think that when they play good football teams, especially later in the year, they're going to lose those games more than they're going to win them. I think they're above average team.
Well, here's the thing. I know people like to compare the Colts, like saying the Colts has a bad, like they have a good record, but it's not good. Like the Colts is good.
Yeah.
Like the Patriots, I mean, I don't think they're going to do much in the playoffs because if they win, I don't think they're going to win the division still. I still think Buffalo will win the division. So they get in as a wild card. I don't see much happening. Like imagine them playing the Chiefs in the first round. We know how it's going to go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think right now in this game, I can see Buccaneers 2.5 for me.
Is Bucky Irvin coming back yet, or is he still out?
He's not playing this game.
Yeah, and the Patriots have been amazing against the run. I think they haven't allowed, there's a stat out there. Yeah, the Pats have not allowed an opposing running back to reach 50 rushing yards in a single game through these first 9 weeks.
Yeah, they just played Bijan. He didn't even get that.
It is That is a defensive front that is one to reckon with, and they don't get the credit they deserve.
Yeah.
You know what though? Here's what I know about the Buccaneers: win, lose, or draw, Baker Mayfield finds a way to put up points no matter what his receiving core is. Emeka Egbuka will be back. Cade Otton working over the middle. I'll take the over in this one because I know that Drake May will also sling the ball around. I like the Bucs to win at home. I'm going to go with a safer play than me, which feels like the over 48.5.
So you got over 40.5?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to roll with Bucs minus 2.5 on this one. We're going to move on to the 3 o'clock game. We got Arizona going on a road to Seattle. Seattle is minus 6.5 favorites. Over under 45.5. Kickoff is at 4:05 Eastern. Seattle's is getting Rashid Shaheed in the deal. Cardinals is naming Jacoby Brissett as their starting quarterback, which I think is the right move. But I'm gonna tell you the right move for me. The right move for me is this over 45.5. Because I do think both teams are going to throw the ball at least 30 times in this game. Seattle does they do have a good defense, but I think Arizona can at least put up 20 in this matchup with Jacoby Brissett. And now Jacoby Brissett, we're going to see. We're going to see if he's just a journeyman or this is the right situation for him. But what I do know is this: that offense looks better.
Yeah,
it don't look like a college offense. You know what I mean? Like a real pro team out there. So I'm gonna roll with the over in this matchup. Give me over 45.5. But if I was able to pick a side, I would say Cardinals cover 6.5 as well.
The Cardinals offense have averaged more than 300 total yards and 25 points in the 3 Brissett starts this year, which both of those are better than what Kyler Murray was doing with them. But the Seahawks have one of the best defenses in the league. The Seahawks will be at home, and we know about what that 12 does to opposing teams. And I also just think the Seahawks are the all-around more complete team. The Cardinals are better with Brissett, but the Seahawks are right on the border of being in that NFL elite class to me. So for that reason alone, and I've been winning money all year long by picking on the Seahawks, so I'm not going to fade myself. Probably should, because it's a big number, but I'm not going to fade what's been working for me all year long. I'm going to take the Seahawks. I'm going to give 6.5 points, and I'm going to rely on a couple of big plays, maybe from Rashid Shaheed. I'm going to rely on Jackson Smith and Jigba rolling out of the bed and getting 100 yards again through the air. I'm going to rely on the two-headed monster that is Ken Walker and Zach Charbonnet out of the backfield, and damn it, I'm putting my money on Sam Darnold. Okay. I feel good. Seahawks 6.5.
I'm rolling 45.5 over. The last couple games for them has been 27-17 and 27-27 and 30, 23, 31, and 27.
Cardinals always play teams to one possession.
Yeah.
The Cardinals always play teams to one possession, bro. Like, even in the good teams or bad teams, they are like, hey, this thing's going to come down to the end. They like to put up a show. Yeah. So for that reason, I'm going to fade myself, and I'm going to go Cardinals plus 6.
Oh, you just said you was talking all this with the Seahawks.
Well, here's the thing, though. The Seahawks are here to win football games, not to win, like style points. This ain't the CFB where you got to win by 25 points so you can pass the eye test. The Seahawks are going to look to escape with a win. And what I know about the Cardinals is they love themselves one-possession games. All right,
and they got a good defense too. They've been playing lately.
Walter Nolan not coming back, but playing for the first time last week. He is disruptive as hell up front at defensive tackle. He would have been a higher pick if it wasn't for the injury concerns, and it shows why. Trey McBride and Marvin Harrison Jr. have been unlocked now that Jacoby Brissett is out there. Like, I'll take the Cardinals to cover 6.5 points. Like, that's actually a pretty savvy play there by me.
Okay, I'm going over 45.5 on this one. Last game of the week. Monday Night Football, Philly, my Eagles, is going on the road to Green Bay. Packers is 2.5 favorites. Over under 44.5. Kickoff is at 8:15. Man, you got Philly, who's getting AJ Brown and Saquon Barkley back for this game. Green Bay is at home, yes. But you telling me that the Eagles are underdogs off a bye? Yeah. On the road to an inconsistent Green Bay offense.
No Tucker Kraft. He's out for the year. That's Jordan Love's number 1 target. A.J. Brown is coming back. The Eagles have their full complement of weapons, and they have a chip on their shoulder. And this is the team that tried to ban the tush push.
Yep. And we're gonna see a lot of tush push this game. So give me the Eagles plus 2.5 on this one. You telling me the Super Bowl champs is underdogs in this matchup? We just see what Green Bay did against Carolina. Inconsistent.
I think also the things that the Packers are good at, especially defensively, are the things that the Eagles are able to more easily counter, in my opinion. Like, how about we just put A.J. Brown out there on the boundary, and if you're going to guard him one-on-one, we're going to take 3 or 4 deep shots this game and see how you hold up. Yeah. How about Micah Parsons, what was the one big deficiency, the reason why he got shipped out of Dallas, or at least why they said he's not able to defend the run. The Eagles' run game has been coming on as of late. They're coming off of a bye. They've had time to prep for this, whereas the Packers are coming off of a disappointing home loss to the Panthers. I like the Eagles to cover 2.5. This is another one, too, where it's 2 teams that we expect to maybe meet again in the playoffs. So the only way I would be concerned in picking either side of this is, are they going to hold their cards a little bit? But also, the Eagles, I think, have a lot more to prove, and they got a chip on their shoulder, and Nick Sirianni is an absolute jerk. So I think they're going to go full throttle on this one. You know how it goes. Ain't no love in the city of brotherly love, man.
Hey, look, we agreed a lot on all these picks. So that's hey, somebody. But here's the thing: is there's a couple of games that somebody's going to take a hold on this lead with, because I'm going with the over with the Cardinals and Seahawks.
Yeah. I got the Cardinals 6.5.
Yeah, you got Cardinals 6.5.
We're both on the Bears.
Yeah.
We're both on the Colts.
We're both on the Vikings.
And we're both on the Eagles.
The only one is the over under Cardinals and the Seahawks. Because you got the Cardinals and I got the over.
The Vikings, I have the over 48.5.
Oh yeah, I got the Ravens minus 4.5. Yeah, I feel like that one's a gimme.
I think the Ravens. There's a good chance the Ravens blow them out, but I think there's also a great chance that the over hits. Kevin O'Connell ain't going out like no sucker, man.
Nah, I don't think so either. But whoo, we gonna see week 10. We cannot go 2-4. We can't go 1-5.
No Sirski.
I'd rather be Mr. 3-3. I ain't tripping.
Bro, I was about to say you was complaining at 500. Now you see what the other side of that feel like.
I was under 500 for the first time this season.
Yeah, we both did. First time this season that both of us went under 500, and it happened in the same week. So that just shows you week 9 was a tough slate. Week 10 is a bounce back spot. Let's ride.
Bounce back spot. Pig Profits week 10. We are out.